What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if Scream 5 or Scream 2022, as we can call it, will release earlier than in January, or earlier than expected. So I know this has been something, I know Killjoy Jake, for a fact, he made a video similar to this. This has been a talk around, I guess, the Scream fandom for a little while, right? And the fact that the movie, and I think I've even thrown it into videos and we just haven't gone too far into it, the movie wasn't supposed to come out January 2022. And the thing is, when we think, if people are into movies, the first thing you think of, I think, when you think of January in the film industry is garbage. It's kind of the garbage shoot. Now, can a good movie come out of it? Sure. Or can at least a decent movie come out of it? Sure. But for the most part, January is not a good month. January, I think a lot of times August, those are the two pretty awful months in the cinema world, where it's kind of where you throw your garbage, or you throw movies that you can maybe slide through, right? Movies that you maybe know aren't going to do so well, but that's where you put them. Now, by the way, let's not confuse my words here. I'm not saying whatsoever that Scream's going to be bad or Scream is like a garbage shoot thing. It was moved because of the stuff around the world. Let's not get that confused. I don't think it's fair to say, they put it there because they are uncertain about it or they don't know how good it'll be. I mean, no. I think that they value this movie a lot. Otherwise, I don't think it would. Truly, you could say that for any movie. If they don't value it, it wouldn't happen. For a movie like Scream, okay, to bring it back again after 4, in their eyes, failed. Okay, now obviously different management, all that kind of stuff, but to bring back a franchise that's been gone for so long, getting the originals, kind of building this to be this is a really big film. Okay, not just a big Scream film, but a big film in general. You don't do that if you don't have confidence in it. Okay, so again, moved to January because of the stuff around the world, not because of other things, but we just had, I believe, Escape Room 2, and I'm recording this today, and you guys are seeing this today. Now, I never watched the first one. I don't care for those movies anyway, but Escape Room 2, I think, was also going to come out the next January, same month as Scream, and it was moved till this summer. So it was actually moved up. Now, we've just had movie after movie getting delayed, right? But really, this is to my knowledge, I'm sure there's been more, but this has been the second one, Quiet Place Part 2. Remember that one, and we've talked about that one a little bit, right? That was supposed to come out last May, then it got moved till indefinite status. Okay, it got delayed indefinitely. Then it was supposed to come out this September, and now it's been moved up till May 28th. Now, I actually just went to see a movie in theaters. They showed a trailer for Quiet Place Part 2, and they still said coming soon. So I don't know if that's just because they showed the trailer from a year ago, and it just said, they didn't want to give a date to it, or, whatever the case is. Hopefully that movie doesn't get delayed. And that's the thing. That's what I've seen people say for, Escape Room 2, where it's well, hopefully it's not a fooled you kind of thing, where it's not, okay, well, we're going to move you up and then move you back again. You know what I mean? I would not prefer something like that happens. But that, again, I think raises the question about Scream. Is it a guarantee it comes out in January, or could it actually come out earlier? We've talked about the idea, I think, of it releasing in December, considering December would be that, I think this year, right, would be the 25th anniversary of Scream. So I think releasing it a month, 2 months, around that time would be a pretty solid thing. And I don't think it's impossible. Now, let me stop myself right here before I get any further and just ask you guys, if you have not yet already, we're pushing for 50K. We're at 48. We're doing really, really well. But make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the bell icon and hit the like button. I don't normally ask you guys to do that, but the like button, I've noticed by asking on other videos, definitely helps YouTube push these videos a lot farther than they normally would. So make sure you leave the like. If you want to leave a dislike, that is totally cool too. It helps engagement either way. So I really do think the possibility is there. I struggle to say the word high. I was going to say I think the possibility is high. I don't know or think the possibility is, because I don't want to just get myself excited for something to happen that doesn't happen. And, granted, this is something, I talk about a lot of games, a lot of leaks and games that don't exist, or cancellations and stuff like that. I do a lot of that stuff as well. And a good thing with Scream, and a good thing with even this discussion, is we're not discussing whether the movie exists or not, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing to kind of get out of the way and just kind of be done with that, right? We're literally discussing, okay, does the movie, we either have to wait, and at this point, I mean, look, time moves fast. I don't think time moves fast for everybody. Time moves fast for me, at least, but we're almost in May. Okay, May is obviously, May 1st is this Saturday, so we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Even if the movie, January, is it January 16th or January 22nd? Well, one of those 2 days, I believe, sometime in January, right? we don't have that much longer to wait. Obviously we have, several months, but it was longer. And again, like, this discussion is pretty much, do we wait till January, or do we have to or can we slice a month or two? And I don't say slice as a pun. Do we slice like a month or two off of that and see it a few months earlier? If you look at the movies that are coming out in November and December, they don't seem all that much, okay? There's about 1 to 2, I would say, big-time movies that release each month. Now, December does have Spider-Man, No Way Home. I believe December 17th, somewhere around that time, right before Christmas. And here's the thing I do want to say, too. I'm not a prophet. I don't want to bring in politics and bring in the stuff, about the stuff around the world. As you know, I don't even say what it is, okay? The sickness, we can say. Maybe. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. But, I don't say much about that. I don't talk about my politics, and I hopefully never will, right? I keep that stuff out of it. But if you've noticed, Godzilla vs. Kong did very well in theaters. Very well. This past week, we had Mortal Kombat, which also was on HBO Max, and we had Demon Slayer, which I went to see Demon Slayer. And Mortal Kombat actually did very well. I believe it broke Godzilla's record, or Godzilla's opening weekend here in the U.S., and it was also on HBO. Like, I watched Mortal Kombat on HBO Max. I didn't even go to theaters to see it, so you had options to see Mortal Kombat, and it still is doing well in theaters. And again, Demon Slayer actually did pretty well in theaters as well. So, what is this? This is not a movie report, but what it is saying is movies are doing better. I think we need a bunch of movies all, like, in a row. Now, technically, we kind of had that. Justice League even, but Justice League wasn't in theaters, I don't think. But movie theaters are opening up. They're opening up in May, if they're not already. May, June. We have F9, Fast and Furious 9, which I'm a diehard Fast and Furious fan. So, like, that movie is, that franchise is enormous. There's actually very few that can beat that franchise. If there's any movie that can also destroy the box office, I think it's that film. So what I'm basically saying is you're seeing movies start to kind of take off. And a thing that scared these these companies, okay, of these movies, is that if you put movies out now, or anytime soon, they're going to not be seen. People aren't going to go to the theaters to see them. But that's not true anymore. People are either waking up, or they're understanding that you can actually be safe by going to movie theaters, or they're just going in general, right? And they're seeing these movies. And that's, I'm honestly, I'm a big fan of that. Okay, I support that. But that's a good thing. And I think if you're Scream, if you're really any of the movies that delayed yourself in, like, if you're Morbius, you look stupid right about now, I think, because there's also not a lot of movies out. That probably helps the box office too. If there's nothing else to see, and then you have a movie to see, you're probably going to go see that movie. You know what I mean? That's just kind of common. So, like, a Morbius that gets delayed 18 times, if it just came out in June, which it probably, it's done, so it could, it probably would have done rather well. Instead, it wants to delay itself over and over and over again. So do these movies decide, hey, we delayed ourselves simply for the reason that we thought nobody would go to the theaters to see, that we wouldn't make money. But now people will. Now, again, editing needs to be done. Like, the film needs to be finished. And what we know about Scream right now is it's not. It's like in its early state of being done in terms of post-production. It probably won't, like, I'm not saying it could release tomorrow. I'm not saying it's released in May. But, like, September, October, November, somewhere in that realm, it's very likely the movie's done, they finished it, it's over. Again, actually, a recent example is James Gunn's Suicide Squad. He finished edit like that. He said on Twitter, I believe, that movie is completely finished with all the effects. Like, it's done. It could be shown tomorrow if they wanted to, but it is done. And he said that, I believe, around 2 weeks ago. And the movie comes out in August. So he's finished. So that's what I'm saying. For Scream, it's very possible they're done with this thing in October or November, and they probably could release there too. It's just, do they want to? And again, there's really the only things I can think of is, you have to decide, do you want to, because of the current atmosphere? And I guess you can't predict what's going to happen in the fall again, because obviously things will get better for the summer, but then, like, will things get worse in the fall? So you can't necessarily predict that. But then also, there eventually will be competition. And obviously, yeah, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to close my eyes, pick a date on the calendar, and our movie's going to release. Because if you put it the same day as Spider-Man, that's a really stupid idea. You know what I mean? You put it the same day as, just name a big-time movie, okay? So you obviously want to have spacing, and you have companies own multiple movies. You're not going to put them out, like, back-to-back or on the same day. So obviously there's a little bit more to it than that. But I really do think the odds probably go up as movies continue to do well in theaters. So as long as movies are doing well, and the more movies that do, like if F9 comes out and it's like it's making like $600, $700, $800 million, like it's almost beating what it would have done in a non-world like we're living in, then I think a lot of movies probably look and say, okay, we're ready. We thought we weren't ready. We were too scared. We were cowards. All these movies were not cowards. They actually did it, and they proved that it could be done. So now we're going to follow in their footsteps. And by the way, I despise that line of thinking, but that's how these companies think. But let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Scream maybe looks at this stuff, releases a little bit early, whether it be November, December, or do you think maybe it just stays in January? Again, it's coming out no matter what, so it doesn't exactly matter all that much. But let me know what you guys think. Again, if you guys have not yet already, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. I do a brand new Scream video every single week. I try to do it every single Tuesday. And obviously, if anything new ever happens regarding Scream, news, trailer, stuff like that, I'll absolutely cover it immediately. Okay? Thank you for watching, guys. Give the video a like if you did like it. And I hope to see you all on the next video.